Chapter 36. The Shadow's Edge. The night air crackled with the tension of impending doom as I, bearing the determination of centuries in every step, pursued the elusive Vincent through the town's labyrinthine streets. Our paths converged in a dimly lit alley, the backdrop for a confrontation as ancient as the feud between predator and prey. Vincent, the heir of Ruthven, embodied an eclipse in human form, his movements a blur of darkness, his strikes as swift and lethal as the scythe of the Reaper. I, with my vampiric grace and battle-hardened instincts honed over countless nights, met his ferocity with unwavering resolve. Our clash was a tempest of violence, a deadly dance between beings of supernatural might. Vincent wielded his strength and speed with mastery, each blow a testament to the dark legacy he carried. I, my defenses a whisper of survival, teetered on the brink as I parried and countered his relentless assault. The alley transformed into a crucible of flashing steel and shadow, the sounds of our battle echoing off the stone and into the night. Vincent, driven by centuries-long thirst for dominance and power, aimed to end the legacy of Isabella, the only one who dared challenge his reign of terror. In the heat of battle, my flesh was torn by his claws, my blood a vivid testament to the peril I faced. The wound was grave, one that would have spelled the end for any being less resilient than a vampire of my lineage. Summoning the remnants of my strength and agility, I narrowly evaded Vincent's fatal strike, retreating into the night, my survival instincts overriding all else. Vincent's chilling laughter pursued my escape, a macabre melody that conveyed his confidence in victory. He left me with a warning, a promise that our next encounter would be our last. The echo of his words lingered, a specter that haunted my thoughts, a reminder that the hunter could swiftly become the hunted. Wounded in body and pride, I understood that I had been granted a narrow reprieve, an almost fatal encounter that served as a stark reminder of the high stakes in our deadly game. Vincent was not a foe to be underestimated, and the battle of wits and wills we engaged in was far from its conclusion. Retreating into the comforting embrace of the shadows to heal and strategize, my mind whirled with plans and resolutions. Time was dwindling, but the night was long, and the game far from over. I would use this near miss as a lesson, a stepping stone on my path to halt Vincent once and for all. The precipice of the shadow's edge had been trodden, but the dawn of reckoning still awaited. Chapter 37. The Relic of Elders. Cloaked in my vulnerability, bearing the scars of recent battles, I found myself seeking the wisdom of the ancients. I hoped to turn the tide of this deadly game back in my favor. In the hallowed halls of my ancestors, where time seemed to stand still under layers of dust, I encountered the vampire elder. He was more than just an elder. He was history incarnate, his life a living tapestry, woven with the legacy of our kind. This elder, whose life spanned beyond mortal comprehension, had known Lord Ruthven himself. His eyes, clouded by the passage of countless years, yet glimmered with a clarity born of witnessing empires rise and fall. He listened to my story with a stoicism that seemed to transcend time, each nod acknowledging the weight of my struggle. In his twilight-shrouded chamber, the elder spoke of Ruthven with a respect typically reserved for the most formidable adversaries. He wove tales of battles that had been fought in secrecy, of alliances made and broken, and of the insatiable thirst for power that had defined Ruthven's existence. These ancient stories held the key to understanding Vincent, Ruthven's direct descendant, revealing both his methods and vulnerabilities. Touched by my resolve and the echoes of a past that resonated with my cause, the elder entrusted me with a powerful artifact, a relic from the time of our ancestors. It shimmered with a captured essence that seemed to blend the light of stars with the depth of night. This relic, I was told, had the power to counteract the darkness wielded by Ruthven's progeny. I accepted this crystalline pendant, pulsating with its own inner light, with a reverence befitting its significance. It was more than a mere weapon. It symbolized hope, a beacon in my darkest moments. Armed with the Elder's wisdom and the power of this artifact, I could feel the balance of power beginning to shift. My desperation was replaced by a focused determination. No longer the prey lurking in shadows. I was ready to become the hunter again. The path I chose was fraught with danger and high stakes. Vincent, bearing the legacy of Ruthven, would not be an easy adversary. But I was no longer just a wounded creature fleeing through alleys. I had become an embodiment of my lineage, shaped by my experiences and empowered by a relic that could potentially lead to Vincent's downfall. As I prepared to confront Vincent once more, I felt the pulse of centuries coursing through me. This battle was not only mine, but also that of all who had walked this path before me. The relic of the Elders, symbolizing the enduring spirit of our kind, was a beacon cutting through the darkness. In its glow, I found renewed strength to continue my fight.
Chapter 38, Catacombs and Clarity. Descending into the catacomb felt like entering the heart of darkness itself. The air was heavy, saturated with the essence of the earth and the whispers of the departed. In my hand, the artifact glowed, a beacon guiding me through the serpentine tunnels. With each step, I moved closer to Vincent's lair, to the climax of our lethal ballet. Vincent was there, deep in the catacomb's belly. His aura was a toxic cloud, tainting the sacred stillness of this tomb. The air crackled with tension between us, heavy with the promise of the imminent battle. Vincent, so sure in his age-old hubris, had underestimated me, the tenacity of his hunter, the strength I had gained. Our fight was a tempest of age-old might and cunning, a duel that spanned both the physical and the mystical realms. Vincent, fueled by his family's malevolence, harnessed dark forces, each spell a symbol of his ruthless ambition. I countered with the intellect that had always been my weapon and shield, the artifact amplifying my innate vampiric powers, granting me access to a deep well of mystical strength. This catacomb became our forge, where our wills were tested and shaped. Vincent's deviousness clashed with my strategic mind, his brute strength against my fluid agility. The artifact's mystical light battled the darkness Vincent conjured, a timeless war of light versus shadow. Even with the artifact's aid, Vincent was a formidable opponent. He was a Ruthven, a vampire whose existence was a rebellion, a constant defiance against the world trying to restrain him. His onslaught was unyielding, pushing me to my limits, challenging my every capability. But my resolve was steadfast. I had endured loss and sorrow, surmounted challenges that would have shattered others. Memories of Elias, my own long journey, the myriad battles I'd fought, all these experiences converged, lending me strength in this crucial moment. Our final showdown was a whirlwind of light and darkness. Each blow we exchanged was a note in the symphony of our conflict, each block a move in our grand chess game. As our powers collided, the catacomb itself seemed to resonate with the intensity of our struggle, its very stones echoing our fury. In that ancient place, Vincent and I reached the zenith of our battle, two titans linked by fate's dance. The outcome of this fight would ripple through the supernatural world, becoming a tale whispered for generations. The decisive moment was upon us, and the night itself seemed to pause, holding its breath to see which of us would emerge from the darkness triumphant. Chapter 39, The Ruthven Revelation. In the ancient catacombs' dim glow, my battle with Vincent raged, a fierce echo of ancient conflicts. The air vibrated with our confrontation's intensity, each strike a display of our unyielding wills. With my intellect as my sharpest weapon, I dissected Vincent's strategies, slicing through his deceptions as effortlessly as a blade. Our fight was a brutal ballet of violence and cunning, balanced precariously on the brink of survival. Vincent, empowered by his dark lineage, was a tempest of wrath, each assault a burst of pure evil. But I, armed with age-old wisdom and clear purpose, shifted the battle in my favor, anticipating his moves in the chaos. The artifact, a relic of immense power, was pivotal in our clash. Its radiant light, both pure and piercing, guided me through the shadows, heralding my path to triumph. I mastered its energy, using it to drain Vincent's strength, leaving him exposed to my counterattacks. Beatrix, ever my faithful ally, displayed a heroism that echoed Elias's sacrifice. Her crucial role and undaunted bravery provided the opening I needed to overpower Vincent. Her valor resonated through the catacombs, embodying the power of unity and trust. As Vincent lay vanquished, the catacombs' silence was laden with the aftermath of our struggle. In his eyes, burning with Ruthven's fiery legacy, he unveiled a truth that shook me deeply. The murders, the upheaval, our deadly dance, all propelled by a lineage curse, a dark fate Vincent could not elude. This revelation recast our conflict, morphing it from a mere battle of good against evil into a centuries-old tragedy. Vincent, though a perpetrator, emerged also as a victim, ensnared by a blood-written destiny preordained long before his first breath. With this narrow victory, I pondered the complex nature of our vampiric existence. The thin line separating monster from martyr, the heavy yoke of a legacy that can both empower and enslave. Vincent's capture meant peace for the town, an end to the nightmare spawned by the Ruthven heir. Yet, for me, the win was shadowed by an understanding of the inherent darkness within our kind, an intrinsic part of our nocturnal essence. Long after the battle ceased, the catacombs' shadows stood as mute witnesses to the cost of victory and the revelation that would indelibly alter my perception of this eternal nocturnal odyssey. Chapter 40. The Phoenix's Respite. In the tranquility of my sanctuary, a place where echoes of the past intertwined with whispers of healing, I found myself in a period of forced rest. The catacombs' ordeal left me with wounds not just of the flesh. They were deeper, more profound, each scar a reminder of my brutal clash with Vincent. Yet, in this quietude of recovery, my spirit stood unbroken, my mind as keen as ever. In the solitude of healing, my thoughts frequently traversed the recent tumultuous events. Vincent, a vessel of a dark legacy, mirrored the eternal struggle between our inherent darkness and the quest for redemption. His downfall represented a triumph not just for me, but for the sanctity of the night itself. The battle had extracted my all, my intellect's full force, the extent of my supernatural capabilities, and my unyielding will to endure. Vincent, a foe unlike any other, had driven me to confront the abyss, revealing the formidable strength of my own resolve. Recovery was a gradual tango with time, a phase for introspection and renewal. While my body healed, it was the resilience of my spirit that truly marked my rebirth. Each day brought me closer to full recovery, every moment of rest a preparation for future confrontations. The artifact, the age-old relic that had swayed the battle in my favor, rested beside me, a silent custodian and a symbol of ancient wisdom. Its now subdued light still held remnants of the immense power it had unleashed, a power I had channeled with masterful precision. The case of Vincent, though resolved, remained an indelible chapter in my long life. It had pushed me to my limits, challenged me in unexpected ways, and ultimately solidified my role as a guardian. I am the steward of the balance between the supernatural and human worlds, a responsibility I embrace with quiet honor. My journey is far from concluded. The world is vast, and the night brims with secrets yet to be revealed. My resolve shines as a beacon in the darkness, epitomizing the resilience that defines me. As I recuperate, my purpose remains crystal clear. I will rise anew, akin to a phoenix from its ashes, prepared to face the myriad mysteries of the supernatural realm. My reflections on these trials are not tinged with regret, but imbued with strength. In the calm of my recovery, I recognize that my mission endures. With Beatrix at my side, I will face what lies ahead, armed with the wisdom of bygone times and the bravery of the present. I stand as a symbol of tenacity, a testament to the might of an extraordinary intellect and an unwavering commitment to safeguard the delicate tapestry of existence.